Holding on to bitterness is like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. This morning, Life on Life's Terms with Jesus, I want to ask you, are you holding on to anger, bitterness? Are you allowing that poison into your life? Or can you with a glad heart say, I'm in a place where I'm at peace inside you? We all go through struggles. We all go through that time where we hold on to what we should not be holding on to, where we drink the poison expecting somebody else to die. Everybody goes through it. But going through that and getting through it and experiencing the peace afterwards again, that's the difficult part. I feel the sun shining on my face. I hear the birds singing. The skies are blue. It's a bit chilly. But there's peace. I want to read out of Job. Quickly something about Job. In Job 1 from verse 1. This is a man that understood what it is not to hold on to bitterness, not to allow his circumstances and what he's going through to take him to a place that's so bitter that this peaceful feeling and thoughts, the peace that surpasses understanding, he knew what it was. In his most difficult times, he knew that there's hope for peace. He needs to endure and push through. In Job 1, he shares, there was a man named Job living in the land of Oz who worshipped God and was faithful to him. He was a good man, careful not to do anything evil. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters and owned 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 1,000 head of cattle, and 500 donkeys. He also had a large number of servants and was the richest man in the East. Guys, 7,000 sheep, that's a lot of lamb chops. But on a serious base, where it says it was the richest, he was faithful to God. Know what happened to him? So the enemy came and took away everything, but God said he's not allowed to take his life. For God knew Job is going to be faithful and hold on. He's not going to fall into a place of bitterness, allowing it slowly but surely, the darkness, his heart to become filthy and full of nonsense, allowing his mind to win the war, the negative war. Are you holding on to bitterness this morning? It's not a good place to be. Bitterness brings that side out in you that people can see, can smell, can touch. It's not a side that is Christ inspired or full of Jesus. How do we get it to a space of not being in a bitterness space? It's a difficult space. Often when I'm in a bad space, I need to ask myself, I don't remember to say, Anthony, I declare that I will not hold on to bitterness. But what I do is I go to Life on Life's Terms with Jesus, into a living word of God, into my Bible, spending time with Him, praying. And in Ephesians 4, verse 31 says, get rid of all bitterness, passions and anger. No more shouting or insults. No more hateful feelings of any sort. How do you just let go of that? Getting back to Job, after the enemy took everything away from him, all his riches, his children, everybody except his life. Even his wife said, just give up. He kept faithful and he kept holding on to the hand of God. He stood on the foundation of the Word of God. into his life, and his faithfulness carried him through a time that could have been extremely bitter for him. If he held on to it, he would have chosen death. While being alive, being dead is not a good place to be inside here. But he chose to hold on to the hope that there is in Jesus. And at the end, the blessing came. And he had even more. Yes, that's worldly things. But he had even more joy because he never altered or turned away or turned his back onto Jesus. So in your bitter space this morning, in a space that you could find yourself in the future or whenever or that you came from, are you still holding on? Are you allowing the enemy to win the war in your mind? Or do you declare that I will not hold on to bitterness? Because if I endure and carry on, Jesus will uplift me and glorify me for his glory at the end. Be blessed and enjoy your Sunday, guys.